Wow. Okay, you guys, you know I love earnings. I did not trade MU at earnings. I'm really wishing I did. I didn't have the guts. You guys, you know how I play everything really safe? Well, I day traded MU today and I made money. And I made money in two accounts, the Roth IRA and the day trading account on MU, but during the day. And I did a little bit before the close, kind of at power hour. But it's too scary to trade and at earnings. And it went up, what, $100 a share or something like that. It's up. Yeah. Oh, it's up $150 a share at least since the close. I could have made so much money. You guys, I just want you to know something. I don't take chances. There is no way in hell I'm going to trade MU. I struggle with MU every day. I trade it almost every day and I struggle. So trading it at earnings, no way. And I did research and it was going to be a 50-50 shot. Man, if I think there was big expectations going into this. So if they even pulled back a little and said that customers didn't spend as much, it was going to drop down supposedly. So I just said no way. And I made really good money today. I got laser focused. I want you guys to tell me in the comments, have you ever gotten so laser focused that you're just so dialed into price action and you're trading and it's like everything else just goes black, like all around you? It was like I was in this tunnel vision. It was perfect. Now, some of my trades, I had drawdowns, definitely. As I was scalping them, I'd go up, go down, especially MU. I was up at one point $134, gave it all back and was negative 10, and then pulled out of it. That was why, if I couldn't handle that during the day, I was worried I wouldn't be able to handle it at earnings. All right, I'm going to go over all of this because all I did again was use the 9 and the 21 EMA as my guide. Got laser focused on those volume bars, watching to see if buyers or sellers are in control and instantly getting out as fast as I can when I would see if I was long and I saw sellers step in and take over, I was out. And then I want to show you how I really started dialing into level 2. I don't think I'm using it like most people do. When I'm in the trade and I want to get out, if I've got my finger over sell the bid, I'm just looking at the bid price and I know what I got in for and I just want 10 cents. So as soon as I hit that 10 cents, I'm out. And instead of looking at the chart to see if I'm there, it's kind of hard sometimes to see. I just dialed into level 2 and watched that bid. All right. Oh my God. MU's still going up. Oh, there could have been so much money there. I can't wait to hear if any of you traded it. I'm sure you did. There are a lot of you out there that are way gutsier than me. All right. And then yesterday, in my video, in the comments, someone asked if I would show how to set up the reverse button. So I'm going to real quick show you guys that because yesterday I did use reverse. Reverse, when you're long and you reverse, it'll reverse, you'll get you out of your long order and immediately into a short order. And it does it so fast and it uses a market order where sometimes if I double click, like if I'm long and I want to get out and go short, and if I double click the sell button, to try to get out of the first position and get me into the selling position. On a market order, there's a lag. So now it's like a double lag if I'm clicking the button twice. It's just so much faster. It's really quick if you use the reverse button. So I'll show you that. And maybe I'll just put one share up here and just take a trade and show you how it works. All right, $572.06. No way in hell I was giving any of that back. That's probably one of my best days without having earnings. To get that amount, I usually have to be trading earnings, actual earnings. All right, let's go check it out and see what happened. Wow, I just want you guys to see this. Okay, this is MU. This is my Roth IRA. Normally, you know, I love trading earnings. I trade every earnings, and I used to always trade Micron earnings, but not this time because the price has gone so sky high and it's so scary. I just want to show you how scary this is. This candle right here, this was right when it announced earnings. It went up from 1,030 to 1,095. That's $65 candle right there, if I did that math right. That's a lot, you guys. And in 1 minute, it wasn't just shooting up. It was coming down and going up. That is gut wrenching. When you're up and then it dumps down and then goes up again and keeps doing that for a full minute. You got to imagine how gut wrenching that is. I can't handle that. I have been trading earnings for 3 years. I feel like it's my strong suit. I almost always make money on earnings, but I keep it really safe. Look at this. I'm trading 2 shares, 1 share. I made $60. I don't care. It's too scary. So this was my Roth. I do own Micron in my SEP IRA, and I bought it a long time ago after a good earnings. And so I made money today. So I don't need to make money on earnings and risk it because there was risk in this today. So anyways, I just wanted to show you on this one real quick. I just took 2 shares. It was all I could afford in here. And I got in here. I made about $15 here. and then got back in here figuring, well, it doesn't matter. It's just one share. I had the money to buy two and I still only bought one. This is how safe I try to play earnings. And so I did write it up and made $60 total and 64 cents. All right, let's go to the day trading account. And this was a little different on the day trading account. I made $134.39. You'll notice here right at the close, I did not trade earnings. Oh, real quick, let's do this real fast. I told you I was going to show you how to put the reverse button up here. I want to do that real quick. These buttons, even though they look grayed out, they do work. So you take this cogwheel right here, and this is on your ATM. So take your cogwheel, configure buttons. And these are all the buttons I have configured. And you just come over here to the left, find that reverse button. Now, the difference between reverse and reverse now, if you have order confirmations on your screen, so when you go and you click buy the ask and you get into a trade, if you have the order dialog box, the confirmation dialog box that pulls up that says, are you sure you want to take this trade? Then reverse now is what you'd want to use because it bypasses that dialog box. I use reverse because I disabled that dialog box. So now reverse and reverse now are identical for me. It wouldn't matter if I use reverse or reverse now. It's going to completely, immediately take me out of one trade long and throw me into short or vice versa. And then click on that, reverse, click on that, hit add item right here, and then click OK. You could touch these, put your cursor on, highlight one of them and move them up or down, or just move them manually and just move them up, and you can resort them. Okay, let's move on. For the person that asked that, if this was confusing, please let me know again, or anyone who wants to know. All right, I don't use the reverse button a lot, but when there's, let's say a large spread, I don't want to click sell twice to get me out of long go short, because I'm going to get that spread plus a little bit of lag until my second sell order is seen. There's just a little lag. So it'll just be a lot quicker. All right, in here, it was about power hour, and I just decided, you guys, I'm just going to scalp this. It was perfect. It was power hour. All I was doing was watching the 9 and 21 EMA, and I'm dialed in to this scalping indicator. Again, this is from Day Trading for Success. His name is in the under tools I use in every video description. And when I see the buyers, the green dots coming up to the top and staying at the top, and sellers are dropping down on those volume bars, those are the red, I'm in. So this was quick scalps. Again, it's MU. I am trading a little high share size for me on MU, 25 to 50, but the price action was really good right here. It's right before the close. Everyone's getting excited. So I felt confident and it worked, 134.39. And I did not risk this after hours. Look at this. This is crazy. No sense to risk it. It could have gone a different way. This was just nuts. Now, yeah, it would have been nice to have that money, but guess what? MU is going to trade amazing tomorrow and the next day. I day trade this almost every day, and I'd rather play safe than sorry. And the way I see it, I'm not leaving money on the table. So now I'm hoping a lot of you did take it. It was a great, easy trade, right? I just can't handle a $60 candle. I would have sold out is what I would have done. And I would have lost money as it's going up. All right, INTC. All the trades I took today, you guys, were all just watching level 2 and watching the 9 and 21 EMA and my volume bars. And that's it. This was a quick scalp right here for $33. I was just in and out, but I decided to go high share size. I was very confident that this was going to play out for me. Actually, it was 2 scalps. I was watching my volume bars again. Like I said, I was taking this short, and all I would do, this was coming down. So I'd wait for a pullback up, and this had pulled up and I shorted down. And then I noticed it wasn't going past this right here. So I just waited. I waited through all this. I wanted it to get past. These are whole and half dollar amounts. Whole and half dollar amounts work great. Look at right here. It's a whole half dollar amount. This one, it kind of came down a little bit, but I can pretty much, look at this. It right along here, it just did not want to come down any farther. And it had come down a lot today. So I was kind of waiting for this price action to start pulling, and the whole market was pulling up here. So I had a lot of confirmation that this was good. And I literally just wanted to get in for one more scalp here and be done. And I got 33 bucks, not a lot, but Intel doesn't move a lot. So looks good, but look at right here. You're moving like 5 cents, 10 cents, and maybe in 3 candles, you're moving 15 cents. It just takes too long for me. I don't have time. I work full time. I'm running a business, and I just want to get in and out fast. And right when I see this, the 9's coming over and crossing the 21, and I can see, look at the buyers here, just boom, 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 all the way to the top. And all the volume was increasing. So that's it. It's perfect scalp. All right, let's go to Amazon. All right, $114.24. Not bad. Now I did trade a little more than the others. Amazon, I still kind of struggle with a bit. I went higher share size, 100 to 200. But again, it was running up on news this morning, so I felt pretty confident there. And I was watching the buying and selling in this volume, in the volume bars. And this was just scalping. I had a few levels set, but I wasn't really watching them. So let's say I'm in long. Let's say I take this big candle long and I want to know when to get out. Well, I'm selling the bid. I'm just looking at the bid right here. And if I got in, let's say this candle right here, I got in at 35.91, then I'm watching the bid to see when I get to 34.10 or 34.01, whatever I think I want to get, 10 cents, 20 cents out of that candle. I'm just watching this and my mouse is hovered over the sell. And as soon as I start seeing that I'm going to get my bid, I'm ready to hit it. But if I also see more bids down here, and I think the price is going to start coming up, and I look over at the ask and I see that they're starting to move the price up, I will stay in a little longer and hold out. So I really was just watching level 2 a lot today. All right, let's move on to NVIDIA. So that was 114.24, not bad. And I did come over here and trade it a little here. And again, I'm just bouncing off the 9. I would get out as it came up, and when it came down, I would buy in and get out when it came up, and vice versa going short. I did a lot of shorting today. All right, there we go. Here was where I did a lot of shorting on Google. Oh, Lord. All right, let's get this open. All right, this was just simply using the 9 and the 21 EMA. Again, it's so simple. And then the volume bars, that's it. Now, we did have below average volume when it came down in here, and that's why I stopped. I didn't continue trading right here because I felt this had kind of, got as low as it was pretty much going to go, and it did. This was it. And then I was done. And this was power hour. It just started, and I wanted to move over to MU at that point. So it was just scalping, and it's just bouncing off the 9. So once it hits the 9, I get in, it comes down, it starts to retrace, I get out, and I'm watching my volume bars to see when I'm going to get out. If I start seeing sellers stepping in and see how the sellers right here on these volume bars are coming up and volumes going up and my buyers are coming down, if I'm in that long, I need to get out right there. That just shows me. And that's it. Just following the 9 and the 21. As it pulls up, get in, it's going to come down. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's go to, oh, that's it. That was Google. Yeah, that was it. $193.63 on this one. All right, you guys, I think I covered them all if they weren't moving. Sometimes they resort while I'm looking at them. Anyways, please let me know how you did today. Please let me know if anyone traded MU, even if you just traded one share like I did. I just want to know. You can play it safe. It's still fun to play one share. All right, guys, and let me know if you have any questions on the setup or anything. In tomorrow's recap, I can always go over something else. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.